hands up in the air. So there, I'm kinda older than I was when I rebelled without a care. So there, we live in cities you'll never see on screen. Not very pretty, but we sure know how to run free. Living in ruins of the palace within my dreams. And you know, we're on each other's team. We're on each other's team. And you know, we're on each other's team. We're on each.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, it's Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Allie LaForce will be bringing us updates from the sidelines. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. They're stuck in neutral, unable to gain any real positive momentum.
And you know, for the Longhorns, they are still holding on to that #1 spot midway through the season. I really admire how consistent they've been continuing to play their brand of basketball.
So the Austin starting five. Jackson is out there with Goose, and it's the Dude. Then there's Baller, B-Train out there with Houdini. Then there's Parker, and there's B-Train. On paper, this game looks one-sided, GA, but you never know in the NBA, do you? As they say, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, just so just talent. In the league, if one or two guys get hot, this could end up being an upset. The difference between good teams and bad is razor thin.
There's B-Train. Five on the clock. Back to Hero. And he dunks it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Jackson throws it down hard.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Parker outside. Hero sets the pin for Parker. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And that's a quick foul for him there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Jackson looking it over. Elbow shot. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Jackson's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Austin Fowler, number 8. First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for two, Hero.
Good from Hero. them both. The Longhorns with the ball.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
There's Parker with the three. Nailed from three-point land.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
Jackson passes to Goose. There's a screen. Pass to the dude. Jackson against Hero. 6 to shoot. The Longhorns need to get off a shot. Here's Baller. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Parker inside. Jackson on it. Parker's shot is off.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Assisted by Romero.
Here's Houdini. 17 points in his last outing. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Back to Jackson. Stolen by Hero. And it's blocked. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Baller, and there's another one for Austin.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Houdini passes to Hero, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
I love that dish down low.
Jackson with the screen. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They are on fire, just in a great groove here early on.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
31.
Well, here we are, Clark, in the thick of the regular season. Must be hard for teams to maintain that focus game to game.
You know, I think it can be, but by and large, I think teams do focus on the here and now, one game at a time. I know that's cliche-ish, but it's the only way that you can really approach it. You've got to look at it one game at a time. Each game is an opportunity to build towards what you're trying to become as a team. Staying motivated, it's part of your job. That's how I look at it. You're assigned a task. This is what you do. Do it the best you can every time you step on the floor.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. For Austin, they've got a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. Knocks down the 3. Here's Houdini. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Craig, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
And that was a little bit of a raised check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Pushes it down to finish the break.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends.
Personal foul.
Nicely done.
First team foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Austin.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard, and those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
Gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. to the wing. Parker left side. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Parker's got 6.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd pleasing already.
And the shot goes down.
Assist goes to Romero.
Gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter.
Timeout, home team.
Timeout.
And this
Timeout.
game, the first chance they've
Start
had
it.
to see Austin.
And please give a big round of applause for your dance team.
As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything stands out west. You look at Austin, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. Right now, quite a ways down below.
And when you look at Austin, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by Houdini. Gone 7-9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Now, here's Parker. Defense is right there. And he gets the bucket. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Austin. That's to Goose. There's the lob to Jackson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Here's P-Train. Still yet to score. Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. You take a look at Ball, top 5 scorer in the league. What a player he is.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
The Wizard is checked in for the Longhorns. Parker looking over the floor. Back to Scott. Pass to Houdini. Back to Scott. Parker outside. They set the screen. Good on the three-point shot. Parker's got 11 points.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Baller. Here's Goose. This game he had 10 points. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Austin shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
2 shots.
No good on that. Magicians checked in for Parker. Saunders, he's checked in for the Longhorns. That's off as well. So he misses both. 3 or 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Pass to Houdini. There's the screen inside. Here's P-Train. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here comes Austin. Here's Baller. And that one is stuffed right through. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected Cam. Ball has gone 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect so far. Pass to Houdini. Scott is screen. Houdini passes to Scott. Three-pointer. That's good from Walton on the assist by Scott.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Outside Jackson. 55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Ball. Great positioning on the putback. Baller's got it all tied up now for the Longhorns.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Pass to Houdini. They set the pick to the inside. Stolen by Jackson. One-on-one here. Here's Romero. Drops in the tray.
Romero.
And now a 3-point Longhorn lead.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Magician. Pass to Houdini. And the layup is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here.
High scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Longhorns out front, up 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. We hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Austin's performance here, guys. What have they been doing, or what haven't they been doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
On the court for Austin, we've got Goose. He's out there with Jackson. Baller is out there with the Dude. Magician passes to Scott. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make it a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Now, here's Scott. Hopping on the board. Pass the Magician. Here's Magician. Here's Bolton. Offline with his 3. To the middle. And that one's good. The Dude. The Dude's got the lead up to 5 now for Austin.
Timeout.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Fans, make some noise for your
Get the players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
Guarantee you that we're going to see things in this year's contest that we've never seen before. Those fellas have some tricks up their sleeve for sure.
He's definitely got a shot of making it to the top 4 slots this year. We'll just have to see if he ends up moving up.
Listen, I know this guy is hoping he gets the opportunity to be a part of it this year, and it would be a huge disappointment for him if he's not able to showcase some of those phenomenal dunking skills.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Now, Hero. Here's Parker. Here's B-Train. Oh, good on the triple. Austin leading by 5. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to the dude. A 3-ball. A putback. It's good on the putback. And the Longhorns lead by 7.
A reliable option he's been tonight. He's their safety valve for sure.
Hero kicks to Parker. Pass to Houdini. Stolen by Jackson. And there's the drive. And the dunk by Jackson.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Let's see which squads have topped the league in assists during the past month.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they passed the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Scott kicks to Hero. Here's Houdini. Back to Hero. Here's Walton. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin.
Necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
Down low. I'm told now by our producer, do we have a guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. The player signing rich extensions, highlighted by Devin Booker's 2-year, $145 million max contract. We're quickly approaching a time when so-called supermax players will be making over $1 million per game. As shocking as it sounds, the reality is that the best players are already worth more than that to their teams.
It's all about results. Thanks so much for the report, Shams. And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Here's Houdini. Hero on the wing. Has to be trained. Parker with no one around, and a miss there on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the NBA has its eyes on the old continent. As Commissioner Silver said, there continues to be an enormous opportunity to take basketball to another level in Europe. The quality of the basketball there has been fantastic, and we think there's a commercial opportunity to create something special. Back to you.
I appreciate the update, Allie. Thank you. Hits it from three-point range. 10 points for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Outside, Hero. Has to be trained. Parker, right side. Pocket 6. And again, unable to change momentum here.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Baller. Here's Romero. And the 3 off target. Here's Houdini. Guarded by Jackson. And they'll get another chance. Now Parker, he's got 11, tipped away, and so out of bounds it goes, and they retain possession. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for him.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
On defense, Austin. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Parker outside.
In the first quarter, he was killing them from outside. He can't get it going here.
Fires from deep. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
That's a guy you need to defend, especially from range.
Outside, Hero. To the paint. Back in off the glass.
Good work between the teammates that time, leading him perfectly.
Longhorns leading by 17. Here's the dude. He has 5. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right there.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
The Longhorns have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
1 shot.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
Man, especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. At 50% in a decent groove.
Hey, let's go right here.
Here's Houdini. Has to be trained. Outside Hero. Here's Houdini. 6 on the shot clock. 2 points. That one goes. Houdini's got 5.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Here's the dude. He's got 5. Jackson throws it down hard.
He's hard to stop when given any room to operate at all.
Just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is
creating a high percentage look with a good decision on that
pass. There's 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Houdini. He has 5. To be trained. Now here's Parker. To the middle. Here's Hero. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Kevin, not a penny, not a manny, but facial.
Bounce to the ounce, Greg. Yeah, showing off the bunny.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
Here's Bowen. On the buzzer, Peters good.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked it, yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Longhorns lead by 16. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And welcome to halftime. With the All-Star festivities around the corner, here are the favorites to take part in the dunk contest. Kenny, if I remember correctly, you participated in the dunk contest in back-to-back years.
Oh, well, you know me well, Ernest. I was runner-up to Dominique Wilkins in 1990, which I think puts me right up there as one of the best dunkers ever in the entire world that ever competed.
Stop playing, Kenny. Not even close. You know they wouldn't let me compete, right? They were afraid I'd tear down the basket. Again.
Big fella, I would give you a 10 for that, Shaquille Cornelius. And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the home team.
Their defense has been SOF capital T. Like, what's softer than toilet paper, Kenny?
Wet toilet paper.
Yeah.
Feathery soft.
Yeah.
Cloud soft.
Yeah.
Whatever we want to call it, Shaq, it ain't working.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
After a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Baller having a dominant impact in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Austin leading by 16. You've got Houdini. Hero out there with B-Train. Then there's Parker. Jackson has the open look. Drains the three-pointer. Jackson's got 18 points in the game.
The offense is flowing through him right now. He just keeps coming.
And for the Longhorns, they've got Jackson. Goose out there with Baller. And it's the dude, Houdini. Pass to B-Train. Parker outside. Here we go, one-on-one. B-Train out there with Hero. Then it's Houdini. Then there's Parker.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The Longhorns have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. Certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. On the court for Austin. Baller is out there with Goose. And there's Jackson. And it's the dude. Back to Parker. Pass to Houdini. Fade. And he comes up with the deuce. He has 7.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Here's Baller. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. There's the lob to Jackson, and that's out of bounds. The Longhorns will keep it.
Longhorns ball.
Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. You look at Houdini, second in the NBA, a great defender.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
Magicians checked in for Parker. Jackson against Hero. Here's the teardrop. Got a hand on it.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Here's Houdini. He's got 7. Pass to the dude. Here's Goose. And once again off the mark by Austin. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Hero passes to Beasley. Free throw line jump shot. And the rejection by Jackson. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Pass to Houdini. There's the pick. To the inside. Here's B-Train. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up.
I certainly hope not.
Here's the dude. He has 5. Puts up a 3. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Houdini. And the rebound goes to the Longhorns. Baller's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Shoots, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's the dude. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. He has 6.
Took that orange right to the rack, and they just let him go by.
Pass to Goose. Jackson with the screen. Goose, the pass to ball. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Boy, he gives this team exactly whatever scoring it needs, and that's one of the things you really like about it.
Gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. They set the pick. Not loose. Oh, and a fast break now for the Longhorns. Fires from 18, and a little hook that time, but it drops. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Longhorns.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
Now they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Outside Jackson. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Jackson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Here in the second half, he's looked like a totally different player. That's his 3rd triple.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans, don't we? Thank you, Allie. Pass to Ward. Too long. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
That's exactly what a team needs when they're playing from behind. Energetic defense.
At the line for one, Hero.
One shot.
That's good from Hero. Here's taking for Ward.
Number 5, Desmond Parker.
Pass to Parker. From downtown, they get the rebound. And there's the time to finish it off.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here's Baller. He's got 25, and it goes down 2 points. He's got 20.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now, Hero, 19 points in the game. Here's Houdini. Rebounded by Baller.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And the rejection by Jackson. And that one's good. The Dude's got 7 points in the game.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Houdini passes to Hero. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
They just aren't attacking from the perimeter like they did in that first half, and I think that's part of the problem right now.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, hammers the alley-oop through.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery, and it's fine.
And that one's good. Houdini.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Parker outside. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game. Magicians checked in for Parker.
Number 9. Number 9.
Austin has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Here's the Dude. He's got 7. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Bowler. Here's Goose. And that one is off.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy in the shot.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Longhorns out front, running away with this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
Yeah, and as a 2 guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it's really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Magician is out there with the Magician. Then there's Ward. Then it's Walton. And it's McCullough in at the center, locking down the middle. Well, Clark, with the game becoming more global, some are saying the NBA should adopt some fever rules to more closely align the league. Any changes you'd welcome?
Well, you know, Kevin, with all the shooting that teams possess now, maybe the league can get away from it. I think you should just maybe abandon that particular rule. Throw those big guys a bone and let them park inside at their own peril.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's the Wizard. Just 3 to shoot. Pass to the Wizard. A three-pointer off the mark. Got the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Here's Magician. Takes the 3. McCullough, no good. Here's the Wizard.
when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Magician. Pass to Ward. Here's Magician. Here's Magician. Back to Walton. Here's Magician. That three off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake to the left wing. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Pass to the Wizard. Here is Love. To the left side wing. Austin moving it around. Here's Magician. That three off the mark. Gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. Walton the pass to Magician. Here's Magician. Here's Ward. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
That free throw missing. Second free throw, no good. Greg, when it comes to All-Star Weekend, which event do you look forward to the most?
It's got to be a three-point contest, right? No judges, no half-hearted defense. There's a purity to it that I just appreciate.
Pass to the Wizard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Look, when you play as a team, good things tend to happen for you.
Gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Magician. Here's Magician to end the cold streak. And it's Magician with the rebound.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades toward the champions. Only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
Inside. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now, here's Walton. Pass to Ward. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. For Austin, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's the Wizard to the wing right side. Love outside. Timeout called the Longhorns.
Timeout.
Of our player of the game, Baller.
We saw outstanding focus and really good energy from him all the minutes he was on the floor. He was determined to make an impact every time he touched the ball, and he did just that. Guys on both squads could learn a lot from what he did here tonight.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Four on the shot clock. There's Jackson with the three. Connects from three-point range. Jackson's got 27.
And he's caught fire from long range here in the second half.
Outside Hero. It's Scott on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. B-Train buries it from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Wasted no time on that one. He's got 25.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Here's Houdini. It's tipped. Down low. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Scott. There's B-Train. To the paint. And there's Hero. That's good on the assist by Scott. Scott's got 3 assists now in this one. The Longhorns with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Outside Jackson. They set the pick. And Austin, another 3. Gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Houdini lays it up and banks it in.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Outside Jackson. There's the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Jackson's got 33.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Pass to Scott. And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
Shots. 3 shots.
That's good from Scott. He hits the second from the line. Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Austin.
There was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Launches a three, drills the three-pointer.
Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Hero against Jackson. Stolen by Hero. It's deflected. Jackson with it. They get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. And as always, we appreciate you joining us right here tonight on 2K. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Baller.
B2K walking like that's for some. Don't dance, we just pull.
Save the day. I know you're up so early. It's take some time to learn my ways. I promise that I'm better off with you, I'll stay. Like a carnival, holding on to midnight. Like a carnival, holding on forever. Like a carnival, let's celebrate. Like a rope and anchor, pulls me to the bottom floor. A feeling so familiar. Haven't I been here before? I know your smile is falling. Pick it up and smile away. A place with you is better. I'm better.